Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to episode 18 of Firemind. So, today you see the main protagonist right in front of you. Wait, let me zoom in closer. So, this is going to be the main topic for today a staircase, right? So, this is not any staircase, as you might have already assumed. We're going to follow it and give it the proper priority. And if you go down deep enough, this is where the Malachites live and at. So I decided that today I want to dive into the wonderful world of copper mining, and I just discovered that this place here is just the right spot to start carving our way into. It's a little bit weird and difficult here to do my thing, as the majority of the Malachite seems to live in, well, how to put it, in midst of the caverns. It's just like that. Most of that is just caverns, and that's really slightly unsettling to me. But at the same time, I do like a challenge, and I always am kind of happy if something like that happens. Okay, schist. I can't remember we've been through that layer too much, but it is also the area where we found that malachite. There we go. I knew it that we would be capable of finding something here. So here is where we are going to start our adventures today, as I do plan to take control over the first layer of the caverns anyways. You know, it's about time that we make this a proper mountain home, and it's about time that we stop avoiding the caverns. I only have one squad available though. This is what's worrying me a tiny little bit. But we have, of course, a few other storytelling elements today as well in our list. But I wanted to start with this wonderful enterprise here, as I felt like my stockpiles of copper were running a little bit low. Not liking that at all. And so here we have now a pretty nice and large area that we can excavate for malachite. I'm not quite sure how long it'll last us, though. That's one thing that I'm a little bit concerned. We are already importing metals for the next year, but sadly for this year, that's where we're stuck with. The goblins somehow are avoiding Firemind. It must be the legendary reputation of our fighters, or just the geographical absence of them around me. I don't know. Either way, the goblinite I was depending on for my warfare plans just doesn't get delivered. I really thought we'd be getting ourselves a nice auto delivery system of iron this way, but I was happy too early, obviously. Well, we'll see how that'll evolve, not devolve. One thing remains clear: we'll be just importing some iron, and if we do find out that the humans are behind the theft of our artifact, we might be considering a little bit of a tussle with the humans as well. So probably that will give us access to iron too. I don't know. Never made war with these, but if they have my artifact, that is what we have to do. All right. So in the meantime, we're digging out. Oh, even opal. Nice. I had no clue. We're digging out a lot of malachite, I meant to say, of course. So, if I want to take control over these areas, though it is a little bit wonky here, I think this is sort of a good spot, but still, yeah, we're just sitting on an elevated thing here. So where is the actual low spot here? So here is... Oh, good thing you named your battle axe. So, the real interesting question I ask myself is, where is the connection between C1 and C2? That would be, to me personally, the ideal spot where we should set up a base camp to access the caverns at. So, the actual hole down to Caverns 2 is this one. I excavated around it. So, this is then the area where You just have a steep fall down to caverns too. That's what it is. Stuff can fly upwards, but it can't really do anything except for that. Oh, this is not a good sign. Alright, so where did we open up something? Ah, here. It's always like that. If you suddenly see a ginormous amount of gemstone popping up, you always open up yourself to the caverns and did some exploration. Involuntary exploration, that's what it is. Either way, we're just going to take 2 of the marble boulders and seal it off again. No problem. Okay. That means, though, we have succeeded here. And I now cannot really connect these. It's a shame, isn't it? But we can't connect them here. Come on. That is what we're doing. Nice. Here. I'm going to do a nifty little connection tunnel between these 2 mining sites. There we go. So it's more and more a scheme of living behind the walls of the caverns. We have 1 access point here already, but this place here is all raw and dirty, so there's not really anything that we're gonna be doing with that anytime too soon. There is some blood and some other substances on the floor, telling me that there has been some fighting going on here, so diplomacy. Gonna check that out in a hot second. So down here we find more galena. That's entirely in the water layers. It's gonna be nothing we need to worry about. What is that? A pond grabber. Partial remains. And the hamsters are alive? Are they swimming on the pond grabber? I don't even want to know more about that. You have disrespected the trees in this area, but this is what we have come to expect from your stunted kind. Further abuse cannot be tolerated. Let this be a warning to you. Alright, give me 1 second. Diplomacy, they said. I thought we are talking diplomacy, not threats. So I think this should send a proper message. Seriously. At this point, if that's what they want, I can't imagine that Uzol is steaming with fury how they dare to tell them what to do. Meanwhile, one of my dudes gives his steel battle axe a name. I think this is not going to end well for the elves. Seriously, what are you guys thinking? But, well, it is all going to Uzol's scheme. She doesn't even know she has a scheme going on for herself. She just thinks she's on a revenge spree, but as a matter of fact, it's been just bandit raiders killing her pet Cavi. Elven bandit raiders, admittedly, but that doesn't mean that all the elves are bad, dear Uzol, but not in this story. In this story, all elves suck, don't you worry. So, I'm starting to spice up the residential areas now, as I grow tired of that raw look. It's really nothing I want to do to my fellow dwarfs, and therefore we're starting to give the stonecutters a little bit of an off-duty, something else to do. Alrighty, so we can witness now Uzol's answer. It's a couple of dead trees. So let's check back with the locals. We have agitated chaos now. That sucks. I hate agitated chaos. Everybody does. And besides that, nothing is agitated so far. But killing all those trees is making the burbs angry. Sorry. We are going to do something about that, don't you worry. So let's use the ropes here for some nice birdo shish kebab. We also lack some beds here, I just realized. Overall, my Discord server has been quite vocal about beautifying the barracks. Sorry, I have a sudden moment where I can't count anymore. That's a very interesting thing that just happens from time to time when I'm on cam, that I suddenly lose all my capabilities of calculating, and I cannot even count to 10 anymore. It's quite amusing and unsettling. Either way, everybody has now his or her bed here, and we're going to give those legends some engraved walls, as this will improve the value of the room, and it'll improve the moral of the troops, as being in a sweet, funky, good-looking room while you're doing your combat is just making you happier. Okay, we got the ropes now, so we're gonna process the agitated Kea into quiet Kea. I don't know. These little things, they are thieves. They're just thieving things left and right, and that's what was making them quite annoying to deal with. So, the people will now take the birds out of the cages, and the birds will then be at the ropes, and at the ropes there will be my military squad. So, the rest will be just a splatter movie. Wait a sec, the agitated Kea doesn't get killed right away. I need to assign that. That is, to me, something I didn't see coming here. Alright. Turns out we cannot attack it while somebody is trying to guide it to the rope. There we go. It's not the best place to do that. If I saw correctly, the bird was immediately attacking the bookbinder and the clothier, so let's hope they didn't take any real damage. Wait a sec, I am misunderstanding that. The clothier is attacking. Never mind. I always imagined those dwarfs the wrong way. Alright. Either way, alert? Oh! The elves are actually sending still a caravan. I'm amazed. These fools. Yeah, so Uzol has something that we're going to move to the depot. Give me a sec. Here. We're just going to move a few. One of each kind, I'd say. That's what we have to trade this season. There we go. So the story goes now off with a bang, I think. I think the traders will leave in shock and not really happy about what we're showing them, but I think the deeper diplomatic repercussions will be felt soon. All right, we have even more copper here. So Operation Copper has been a brilliant success. We've gathered so much malachite just lying around like that, and we will be able to do so much more soon as well. So, the mayor has ended a mandate. That's okay. So, dear broker, let's do this. Alright. Wait a sec, we have to change something about that, so... I imagine the story to go off a little bit different. One Baroness of Firemind is all of a sudden very, very fond of the fact that she has to do this job. I think that's the only fitting, finale, or whatever you want to call it. So we're gifting that. Once a beautiful tree, and now it is a root bauble, fit only for your kind. So yeah, we're you guys should be happy that we're not just seizing your caravan, but whatever. Well, oh, we have a legendary piece of clothing in the making. So that's just the current state of affairs. It's quite harmless, actually. It's nothing out of the ordinary. This is a situation that might happen in any dwarven fortress on this world, as dwarves tend to be taking elves not too seriously and not liking their requests about all these things. It's just unheard of. Now then, it looks as if everything is going on here quite well. I'll be checking back with that. And here, look at that. It's a treasury. It's a treasury of clear glass waiting to be made. Meanwhile, kiddos of Tholtic are today not playing here. Meanwhile, this last thing is nowhere to be found. So I need to check now on my minecarts. Ugh. Why should I find them when I look here? So here. Alright. They are around, so that's a good start. Ah, now I know what happened. The dump location was not specified. That's a new problem. Never had that before. Okay, it's always nice to find the culprit at the end of the day. Good. So we can now set up another magma forge. I want to have 2 forges here available in the fort, as this is just not enough otherwise. And the other workshop we are going for is, of course, now another magma smelter. As much as I crave to build me another magma glass furnace, one thing at a time. I keep telling myself here, one thing at a time. So we're going to go... Wait, that was wrong. So this stockpile now is going to accept... Let's do this like that. Nothing anymore. That should move the minecarts back downstairs to my excavation site, as I want to get me some more of that stuff. Alright, the clothier luckily started to make his mysterious construction. Wonderful. So what did he grab? Some tourmaline and some peachwood logs. Alright. I think the message to the Elven kind was not clear and loud enough yet, so we're sending our woodcutters for another swing. The thing here is, this does make the local wildlife agitated and against you. That is one thing that you totally have to pay attention to. A head veil. A bulky llama. What? I think this is the first time that I see something like that happen. I mean, it doesn't even have a sprite yet. What the hell? Yeah, so this is one of the things I also discovered. So the dwarves of this place have a tendency towards artworks depicting something about this area here. The Tooth of Frenzy. I was wondering, what the hell is the Tooth of Frenzy? It's the local mountain range. So we have a lot of artwork depicting the legends of the local mountain range. Isn't that awesome? As I discovered that, I was like, wow, that's really cool. And then I discovered something even cooler that I meant to show you as well. I think it was in Tholtic's apartment. Here we go. So the image of this local government is an image of forgotten beasts. I mean, how badass is that? This is the legit insignia of this mountain home. I'm considering myself so happy about that, because that's seriously cool. Like, I was not expecting to get that lucky with my insignia. I had spoons and tables and really annoying stuff already. But yeah, sometimes you just have really cool stuff. And so something fell out of the trees, obviously not killing anybody. So we are also going to go and forage a bit. This will be complementing our food stockpiles. As one big problem of this fort will be in the long run that I need to think about feeding them a little bit more thoroughly this time. as we will have 300 people to feed. That's quite a lot, you know. Alright, so in the meantime, let's check back with these guys. Alright, this is still a meeting place. That is not where it should have ended. So we're currently giving a lot of training projects to our engravers in training. Rith and Mestos are the new people, as Silob has retired here. So we have another swords dwarf doing his or her thing here. Well, I'm still waiting for the imports of metal, as our current situation doesn't really allow us to produce anything that is military grade. We have copper, lead, and silver. Yes, I could make me some silver weaponry. I think that would be really the best bet to go currently. But beyond that, well, there's not much we can do. So, who's going to go for this job yet again? I want to have good appraisers. Oh no, you can't. Aww. I wish you could search for that. I mean, this is really annoying that you cannot check for the person who's really good at discerning value. I really feel quite annoyed about that. If somebody knows a workaround, please let me know. This is really... Somewhere here is also an appraising talent. I know it, but it is a true pain to find it. So, yeah. I hope the here novice appraiser, that there it is, but novice is not really good. Oh, well. I need to note that the next time. It is like the appraiser skill is determining how well you can find the value of things. Speaking about which, I meant to go for assigning this workshop to a certain person here in the fort. I hope that the jobs will still get done accordingly to plan. So to find that out, we're going to go and order ourselves a one-time serving of silver altars. We're also going to make that 10 of these, as I really find this a quite appealing task. Okay, we're currently making Bilon, but this is let's see, silver. Oh god. We do have, oh god, this is just unnecessarily difficult. Here it is better. So we do have native silver. That's really something making me quite happy. We have silver nuggets here, so we can order some of that here. I hope we have as much ore there, but this should be totally sufficient for the altars that I've ordered. So at the same time, I want some, let's see, Bilon statues, yeah. And we're going to order statues of our Baroness, you know. It's just... Yeah, let's make that 10. We're definitely gonna need them. Yeah. You know, if you are a local leader and you want to change something in the world, you gotta work on that too. Okay, new people arriving. So here we have, again, legit newcomers. I feel as if the swarm of old faces is over. Like, the people now coming to the fort are all legit newcomers. That is good. Alright. So my military is destroying the chaos so thoroughly that we are not even capable of butchering them. I don't know why these remains... Oh, I have no refuse stockpile. Meant to say I don't know why these remains don't get processed, but yeah, no refuse stockpile does explain a lot to me. Whoopsie. Okay, in the meantime, we are thriving. We have 200 people now reached, which is the official upper end of the scale. And yeah, it's been not that terribly eventful, but as much as I want to go and explore the caverns, yeah, I'm still a tad bit reluctant. After all, my military ain't that strong yet, but we're gonna do something at the end of the episode. Let's do this. So we can collect spider web here. Obviously, there's quite the abundance of that stuff here, and I'm gonna use this area now for exploration. We're gonna grab us some of that sweet, sweet gemstone here. So, the good thing about all this, the dwarven miners that I'm sending, let's check back with this fine dude. Mistem, our good friend, is a legendary miner. If something means to run into his face, I pity that something running into his face, honestly, a little bit, as it will receive a pick into its face. The thing is, Caverns 1, if there is not accidentally a forgotten beast roaming around or any other big invasion of, I don't know, could imagine that sometimes beast people or something like that could be a problem for a civilian or a mining dwarf. I almost called a mining dwarf a civilian, but that's not true. So you get the idea. Here we have now a bit of a danger moment when the civilian haulers come to pick up the gemstone, but at the same time, this stuff has the wealth of Warfoot, you know? Okay, what is it now? Earrings. Alright, our mayor has craving for earrings. So be it. No problem. I'm gonna make these out of rock just quickly. Oh, tell you what, bone is quite fancy. Goshenite. Oh my goshenite. What the hell is that stuff? Need to look it up. There's always things plopping up in Dwarf Fortress I've never heard about, but mineral-wise and gemstone-wise, this game doesn't tell you any nonsense. If this game tells you there's something called goshenite out there, it's most likely out there. It's with a very, very high likelihood thing. So, we are going to excavate some of that galena here. And at that point, it becomes clear to me that we need to get ourselves some extra stockpile action going on in the mining district. I mean, I am very, very thoroughly happy about what's going on here. We are now finally conquering the caverns. I mean, I could have done that a tad bit earlier if I really wanted to, but the thing here is just quite simple. We didn't need to. We had what we needed, we had access to what we needed, and now, well, with a squad of 10 legendary dwarves, whatever might come my way here, we'll let it be. The highest likelihood will be that if any civilian gets ambushed out here, he or she will be running away in panic and draw whatever aggressor is there into the plenitude of cage traps. And that's where we're just starting. There we go. So, why? I'm always a little bit concerned about opening new pockets into the caverns, but at the same time, it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just exploration, you know? So F3 is my hotkey. I'll have to relocate that one with this spot, as this is now where I am leaning the focus of my attention towards to. Open space, open space. Down there is the cavern floor. This place is so ridgy and so hard to explore. I've had really way less funked up cavern systems in my time before. This one is really something special. Alright, so we succeeded in this mission. I have now all the galena I could wish for. We got a trap system that allows me to just funnel out whatever is looking too dangerous for me. I really do like that. And, well, let's see where this will lead us in the long run. I will set up a last few walls here. Something like that. Just experimenting a little bit with the local architecture. We could slap in a couple of extra cage traps here. So, cage traps. Yes, that was the last thing I wanted to take care of. So I want to store the cages inside the barracks. Yes, that's what we're doing. I know it's not exactly the best, finest way to do things. Oh my god, we have so many mussel shells. They're luckily deteriorating in there, but I didn't expect things to be this bad. Fish 1098. God. It's all just 2 fishes. Stop fishing. Jeez. Alright. My good friends, this is where we'll be ending today. I had a really, really good time, and I hope so did you. We're going to continue our endeavors next time, when I will be wrapping my head around how to continue this whole thing in the direction that we want to go. There's only a couple things that need to be fixed up here. A couple of taverns, a couple of dining halls, a couple of engravings, a couple of smoothings. But all in all, this city is getting closer and closer to completion. That's a really, really good thing. I mean, we've been now busy like more than 10 hours with that already, so it's okay. It's been fun and all, but it's now time for other things, and that's digging down greedily. So, the Bilon statues I ordered have been manufactured, the altars that I ordered have been manufactured, and one professional gem setter is going to be a legendary gem setter one day. I thank you all for watching. Leave me your comments down below. Have a good feeling towards the thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe. There is also a description box down below leading you to all the different Dwarf Fortress things I did for this series. You can watch the entire Savage Lands saga, 5 fortresses by now. This is Fortress 5, and I'd be delighted if you give them a look. Also, there is Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. Feel free to check them out. I'd be very, very happy if you did so, and a big, big thanks to all the supporters of the channel. I couldn't do this without you. I'm deeply appreciating your help, and I'm very, very happy to churn out more stuff like this for you. So, see you all next time. Thanks for watching this video until the very end. It means a terrible lot to me, and we're gonna see what Celeb wants next time. Doors. Alright, we're actually gonna have to fix up some doors. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.